Hi, welcome back to Nails Yap. I'm back for a very exciting episode. This is my 1 year anniversary. Can you believe it? Nails Yap is 1 year old. And when I started out with no idea about lighting, no idea about sound, with audio that could have been mistaken for being recorded on an actual potato. Sorry about that. I had no idea where I'd be in a year's time and if I'd even still be doing the podcast. Obviously, I started it because I absolutely love meeting other nail techs, finding that community and hearing other people's stories. But I didn't start it with a specific goal in mind. There was no sort of goal of monetization, sponsorship, hitting X amount of episodes or meeting follower goals. I just had the idea, wanted to do it, didn't think about it too much beyond the logo and got started. Anyone that's been here for the whole journey, first of all, thank you. And I appreciate you sticking with me even through the shite audio. I know some of those first episodes are a little bit ropey. I wanted to do a celebration episode just to round up the year we've had. I wanted to share some of the best bits, the funniest bits, the best pieces of advice. I've had 19 different guests. I've spent hours filming, hundreds of hours I'm sure editing. I try not to keep track of that because it's a lot. It's a full-time job and I think it would give me the heebies if I knew how much of my life I'd actually put into it. Same as when I go to play The Sims and it gives me a roundup of how many thousands of hours I've spent playing on it, and I just think, definitely could have done more with my time there. Also really enjoy building houses, locking people in swimming pools and downloading mods to make my main guy a juggler. I've spent endless time editing the podcast. I have met so many inspirational people with the best stories, the best tips, the best tricks, the best advice. I've done some really fun designs on people's nails while we've been doing the podcast. I've also learned that trying to speak fluently whilst doing people's nail art and not saying like every other sentence is really freaking difficult. I think the like count at this point is probably in the thousands. Also working on that. I can't wait to see what the next year is going to hold, but for now, let's recap the past year. Let's have a look at the best bits and remember why I love this little community I've built. I want to start with the advice that actually stuck. The moments that people have shared of genuine wisdom, tips and tricks I've never heard before, and those little insights that only come from having years experience in this industry. So let's go.
The best thing I ever did, and then probably along with Facebook, is where I got my most clients from, was making a poster and sticking it on the impulse lockers, because the amount of women that go to an impulse locker.
That is genius.
Yeah, and I was like, I go to that locker about 3 times a week, so must a million other women. So I've been doing it for 2 years now, and I had a client the other day and I was like, oh, so where did you find me? She was like, oh, it was ages ago and I've just followed you on Instagram, but it was from a leaflet on the impulse locker. So I am still getting clients from an impulse locker, and obviously that leaflet's not there anymore. But I did keep it up there for about 4 months. And if someone would take it down, I would go and snip another one up.
That is absolutely genius. I've never heard that piece of advice before either. That is genius.
Yeah. It is so important to charge your worth in the nail industry. I think there has been a long line of cheap nails and lower quality nails, and somehow clients have almost got used to that. And when you are trying to better yourself for them, like it's for no one else other than making sure your work is perfect for your clients and for the work you're producing to be the highest quality possible, you shouldn't feel guilty for trying to do something nice, looking to make their set even better. And if they want something cheaper with something lower quality, like a lesser lamp and things like that, then they should go to someone else who is cheaper.
Yeah, there's plenty of non-standard salons around that can provide a worse service, but if you ultimately want a private nail tech with good skills and a good service, they're going to need to provide professional products, and unfortunately they cost money, and the service, well, the cost of the service should reflect that.
Exactly, like it's definitely not a one price fits all. If someone can't afford a more luxury set of nails, that is absolutely fine, but you can't go to a luxury nail tech expecting the luxury service for a non-luxury price.
So what I do on a lot of my posts now is I will say this was a ruby to your set and it took 3 hours. So if clients are looking at it, they can go, okay, so I haven't got 3 hours, maybe I'll go for the set that's before that, so I can still have a bit of art. Also, nail techs can see it and go, oh, okay, so it takes me 3 hours to do something similar, so I'm not far off. A feel like we need to be more honest and transparent online for the benefits of clients and nail tech.
If you could give a piece of advice to nail techs that's like a practical tip for sort of making clients feel more valued or listened to or have a better experience, what would that be?
It's interesting that you asked me about the consultation process earlier, because I don't think I'd ever sat and thought about how crucial that is. Just it probably takes like 2 minutes, and I really think it sets the whole vibe, you know, for the appointment. So yeah, I think having like a good consultation process, and I do like that you've asked me how I've got on with my nails, and I love that you've got that little form as well where we speak about, you know, like if anything's changed or like if there was a chip or something like that. And I remember when you explained to me the reason was because if you see it with a few different clients, maybe the product isn't right, and also if it's with me, maybe I'm not reacting well to that product.
Yeah.
And I really like that because it made me feel like you really care about how I go with these nails, and you're not just trying to, not that I ever think that people would be out to do this, but you're not just trying to make money. Like, you genuinely want me to have a good experience. Like, you want the service and / the product that you provide to last and be good quality.
One thing I've noticed you do, I think I spotted it last night actually on your Instagram, you'd put that you've got annual leave coming up. And I thought that was really interesting because just that different terminology, rather than saying like I'm going on my holidays or I'm having time off, it was like annual leave, and it sounds a bit more serious.
Yeah, I think people just relate to it more because they will take annual leave from their jobs and they understand that it means you're not going to think about work whatsoever. Yeah. So if I say that, it kind of gives that message out saying, yeah, I'm not going to think about work. I'll be back when I'm back. And then we'll get back to business.
That was another thing. I was so focused on just getting people in, I didn't care if they came back. And that was a huge issue for me. I think it was a confidence thing, like, do they want to come back? And I know that comes up for a lot of people, feeling like, I don't want to push someone to go back in. But like what you just said, it's convenience for people. Like, I want to make sure I'm a busy person. I want to make sure I've got my appointments in. Not everybody remembers to go online.
And I think sometimes, like, yes, the worry is that a client will feel pressured. And I'm guilty of this, where I'll say at the end, sometimes I'll almost talk them out of rebooking, where I'll go,
like, you don't have to.
Yeah, I'll say like, do you want to get your appointment booked in now, or would you rather do it yourself at home?
Yeah.
And then I think, why are you saying that extra bit? Because
the worst
won't
thing
remember,
to say,
and then you're not going to get an appointment.
But the worst someone can say, if you are someone that feels shy to rebook in, is I'll check my diary at home, or I'll message you. That's the worst thing. I'm not going to say no because I didn't like the treatment.
You can use anything as a selling point. If you're slower, use that as a selling point. Say to your clients, you know, you come to me for a relaxing time, you're not in and out, you get time to actually enjoy the experience. And then if you do happen to be a bit quicker, then you can use that as your sales.
I want to look back at the honest moments that people have shared, the things that you're not really supposed to say out loud, the little confessions, the little vulnerable moments, the unfiltered little nuggets that my guests have shared.
Back in 2024, anyone who has followed me from then will know that I went to therapy. In therapy, developed a panic disorder, which turned into a driving disorder, like panic disorder around driving. And I went from being this really fun, out there person to being absolutely riddled with panic, which I knew I struggled with anxiety anyway, but it was manageable. I'd come off my medication and everything, which I'm really proud of. And it just went into panic, which I was housebound back in 2024. From like September to maybe July last year, I was housebound.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming on. Like, I feel like this is a big deal that you're coming here today.
I had my nails done a month ago. I've not had my nails done in a long time, and I kid you not, like the first 5 minutes, I was like I couldn't catch my breath. So I feel like this is such a huge change. So if you struggle with anxiety, just do it. Honestly, do it scared, do it angry, do it sad.
I feel honoured that you come today. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
When I first qualified, I really undervalued myself and my work. Yeah. I would drive all over the place for a £10 gel polish. I don't think I looked at it as me being worthy of being paid. And I think as well, that transaction, I've never been used to a transaction before. When you work a normal job and you get paid, it just goes in your bank. So there were so many little aspects that made me really think, oh God, I can't take money off someone.
Yeah.
I can't charge them more than that. And that I found really difficult.
And then it was COVID. But luckily, I had like the family business that I'd worked there before and like they needed the help. So I was like, right, okay, I can go back there while I can't do clients. But honestly, I thought at one point, like, I actually might never do nails again.
I would rather be liked or disliked based on who I actually am. I mean, it's probably a little bit deep, but like I really struggled with like bullying and stuff in childhood, and then kind of went into young adulthood probably being smaller than I should have been. Because I was kind of like, oh, well, what if someone thinks bad of me, or what if someone says something? Now I'm in my 30s. I'm unapologetically don't care. Like I just am what I am, and if you like it, you like it, and if you don't, I don't really care.
And I think as long as like at the heart of that, you're like a good, kind, genuine person, people love that.
Yeah.
People love that. People sense that you're genuine.
Yeah.
And they want to be around that. It attracts more clients than it turns away.
Yeah.
Let's have a little look at the snippets of advice I think every nail tech needs to hear. The ones that have really stuck with me over the past year and that I replay time and time again.
The first one is turning my messages off on Instagram. So I don't get any notifications from my work Instagram account after 7 p.m. My clients know I'm not going to reply to them till my working hours. So if they message me on a weekend, I openly say I'm not going to reply till Tuesday when I'm back in work. People have really respected it and then realised they wouldn't want reply to work emails at the weekend. So why should we? We're on Instagram. It's still work at the end of the day. And I don't want to be thinking about that when I'm spending time with like my friends and family at the weekend.
One thing I always say to people, I'm like, please, like, don't be a drama queen, and remember that when it does not matter until it's set. So if you don't like anything, guess what? Like, I can just wipe it off. It's not permanent.
Just tell me.
I'm not tattooing you.
If you're new to it, unfortunately, sometimes cheap prices attract cheap people.
Yes.
I find that, you know, some people will only go and they will literally hop from, you know, they might not be loyal to you. They will literally say, oh, you've got a deal on, deal's ended, right, next person, next deal, you know.
But you know what my biggest hack I would say is like have a really protein dense breakfast. And like I'm don't have time to make like flipping poached eggs and shit like that in the morning. My absolute go-to is overnight oats, like vanilla protein powder. I put like blueberries, raspberries, and then like peanut butter. I get a lot of like fitness content now, and there's so many people that are like cooking like steak and stuff, like get your protein, like steak for breakfast, steak and eggs. I'm like, yeah, no one's doing that. Like you can't be falling for propaganda like that. It's just not propaganda. It's not real. Like, it's really not real.
I don't think it's a case that you need to be employed, but I think you need to be part of a community. So whether that be a lot of training courses will put you in a group so you can keep in contact with the people you've trained with, or the nail social that you guys run, that's amazing for just being able to communicate with other people in the same field at the same level and journey that you're on. I just think it's good to have some sort of communication and community around you so that you do have someone to bounce ideas off, or like if you're having a problem, you've got someone you can talk to.
The training in the UK for nail techs, poor, piss poor.
Yeah.
The regulations for nail techs, even worse.
Yep.
And then there's so much that nail techs get thrown with that they have no information around, and there's a real gap between going to a podiatrist who is really medical and is only thinking about the treatment and just treatment only, and then going to a nail tech and they're just covering whatever because they don't recognise it, or they don't even realise there's a problem with the foot. They're just like, oh yeah, my toenail does that.
The only thing that you can really do is just be honest. If someone respected you and appreciated you, they'd respect your time and your effort, and they'd understand. And if they didn't, you have to protect yourself and just, you have to say bye.
Luckily, I'm really, really outgoing, but I'm like nervous in really weird situations. Like I'll be nervous about the most random thing. Like a client will be like, oh, can you do a French? I'm like, oh my God, literally shaking like a leaf. But then going to an event, I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I think honestly, fake it till you make it. I think nobody knows that you're nervous.
I want to recap all the little clips that have made me laugh my ass off. The funny little snippets and the chaotic moments that makes this podcast Nails Yap.
Checkerboard. Fucking hate it. Fucking hate it.
Can I have a
a quick sink inside.
I think
no,
I'd
and
just
you
be
can't
like-
have one outside either.
I think I'd just be like, that is illegal. You have not been able to smoke inside in a public place for about 25 years.
Coughing. Why do I despise it so much?
Just leave coughing in 2009.
I am very, very petty is the word I would say. So a lot of things I do in life, I do out of pure spite. So the fact that I haven't been allowed to show personality now means that I will show it. Out of spite.
I feel like a lot of nail techs don't get breaks, do they? Like, I am the worst for it. Like, in the morning, Johnny will be like, I've got a busy day. I'm like, yeah, I've not got a break, like, really shitty about it. It's like, yeah, but I did my own fucking diary. So, do you know what I mean? Like, it's my fault.
What is the modern day term for a trolley dolly? What is the correct one?
An air hostess.
Cabin crew. Yeah, cabin crew. She's cabin crew. Yeah. Trolley dolly. Sorry, am I a 1950s white male? Anyway, she's cabin crew.
Cigar in the corner.
Hello, lovely. Right, anyway, she's cabin crew.
I want to take a moment to just say thank you so much for watching and listening to not only this episode but the last 24 as well. I actually can't believe it's been a whole year. One, that I've stuck to it, and two, that it's got any traction at all. We're a small little community, but one that I love and appreciate nonetheless. And I don't think I'd still be doing it without you guys, so thank you very much. It meant so much to me to have met so many people this past year, have spoken to so many of you in the comments, opened up discussion, debates, dealt with listener dilemmas, put the world to rights, and had a good old natter. I absolutely love this job. I love connecting with other nail techs, and I love making this podcast. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. And I can't wait to see where the next 12 months? Well, hopefully 24 months, but definitely the next 12 take us. Fingers crossed we'll get even more brilliant guests. Hope this episode was really interesting and also showed you some clips you may not have seen before or episodes you might have missed. Thanks again, and I'll be back in a fortnight with another episode. Thank you so much. Bye!